This is the Good Neighbor Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Scott Howell.
Hello, good neighbors, and welcome to the Good Neighbor Podcast, brought to you by the Friends and Neighbors Group of Cleveland, Dalton, and the greater Chattanooga area. Again, my name is Scott Howell, and I'm your host. You know, the purpose of the Good Neighbor Podcast, for all you first-time listeners out there, is to bring awareness to the residents of our communities regarding locally owned and or operated businesses in Cleveland, Chattanooga, Dalton, all those surrounding communities. You know, small local businesses are the backbone of our communities, and they need our support. Joining me today is our good neighbor, Michele Adsit at Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio. Michele, thank you for being our special guest today on the podcast.
Thank you so much, Scott. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, we're glad to have you and hope today that we can get a message out there to people about what it is that Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio offers and get you a larger audience of people that know what you do and where you're at. So before we dive into the business part of your story here, would you like to share anything about yourself or your family?
Sure. I am a Florida native, moved to Cleveland, I'd say about 17, 18 years ago, got chased away from Florida by 3 hurricanes back to back.
That'll do it.
Yes, it will. So we migrated up here and we've been here ever since. I am married, been married for 18 years now. We have 2 children who are grown. And we also have 2 granddaughters and both under 2 under 2, which is crazy, but it's fun. And we also have 2 dogs as well. So we are almost, I think we're close to the show 8 is enough at this point.
I'll tell you what, I never got to have any children, so therefore no grandchildren, but I've got friends that have told me that if they knew how fun the grandchildren were going to be, they'd have them first.
Yes, but don't tell my kids that, please.
Well, maybe they just won't hear the podcast. We'll take that part out. No, I'm kidding. But, they just have to understand that they've been replaced, right? That's what I tell my brothers and sisters. They have kids. We don't care about you anymore. We want to see them kids, you know.
Yes.
Oh, well, let's jump into talking about Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio. So tell us all about it, if you don't mind.
Yes, Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio. We actually started, I'd say, about a year and a half ago. We just got our physical location, our permanent location here in Cleveland in October of last year. And we're just excited to be here. We are a massage studio. We offer all types of different types of massages, from Swedish massage, deep tissue massage, leg and foot massages, all types of different types of massages. We also have our wellness portion as well. So if you come in and you don't want a massage, but you want to buy some wellness products, such as wellness teas, bath and body products, things of that sort, we offer that as well. We also have what we call a relaxation room. So if you're having a tough day and you just want to come in and, as I love to say, woosah, and just, take all the cares away and just have some time to yourself. You can meditate, you can pray, you can do what you want, but just take that time for yourself, for your own self-care and mental clarity. We have that available as well.
Wow, that's awesome. So in Cleveland, Tennessee, there's a quiet room. If you want to go hang out in the quiet room and relax and just still your mind for a few minutes during the day, you can just run over there at Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio, and they've got a place for you to do that. That's nice to know.
Yes.
Now, but I need to rewind just a moment. What was that word again?
Woosah.
So what does that mean?
All my clients. Woosah just means to just let it all go. Just woosah and enjoy life. All those little cares and concerns, put it in that box. As I like to say sometimes, put it in the box, let God have it, and just woosah, just let it all melt away.
I got to remember that word, woosah. I got to remember that.
Yes.
Yeah, I start getting stressed out. I'll just say woosah, woosah.
I do it all the time.
Michelle said woosah, so that's what I'm going to say. Oh, you know, tell us. You were talking earlier about some of the myths and misconceptions, that you hear from people regarding massage. So talk to me about that again. Let our listeners know.
Yes, a lot of people just have the misconception, oh, I'm stressed out, I need a massage. And that's not the case. Massage can be used for many different things. First and foremost, yes, you can use it if you are stressed out. That helps
Sure.
immensely. But
Yeah.
if you have other issues, such as we were talking previously, fibromyalgia, we have massages. Swedish massage and hot stone massage works great for that. If you have issues such as sinus issues or stomach issues, you can come in for reflexology or acupressure, and that's available. Pregnant moms, I love to say pregger. Those pregnant moms, they can come in, they can get massages during the third trimester to assist them, because my daughter actually just had a baby on April 1st. And that was the best thing for her, because she's carrying a baby. She's growing a baby and is in,
Yeah.
pain. So that helps. Infant massages, which is great for new moms, for those babies who are just like, wow, all the time, and you want to get them to rest and relax. There's actually points in the child's feet, in the infant's feet, that you can massage to get them to relax and rest at night. Hospice patients, cancer patients, it's available for them as well. It may not be the fix-all for them, being that they're in late end stages of life, but it's a form of relaxation to take away that anxiety and stress for them. And then also just for mental clarity, those with anxiety, those who have general anxiety disorder, trauma, you can use it for trauma release as well. So it's much. Yes, much more than just I'm stressed out and I need a massage. There are many more other facets that massage can be used for.
I'm glad you explained that. There's a lot of in past, more so the past than present. There was a lot of taboo, regarding massages. A lot of things that people run from it because they thought of certain things. But we're finding out today, or I am. Finding out something y'all already knew, but I'm finding out all these different benefits for massage is great, But I do want to ask you about a word you used. You said acupressure. Can you expand on that? We've all heard of acupuncture, the sticky the pins, but what is acupressure?
Yes, acupressure is you could say it's a form of acupuncture without the needles, which is great. Okay. So, and it can also be close to reflexology, where you're actually finding pressure points within the body to actually relieve pressure, to help rectify symptoms and things of that sort. So if you're having sinus issues, a lot of people don't know this, but you have 7 sinus cavities in your head. Wow. So you can actually get those sinus cavities, have pressure placed on those cavities in order to relieve sinus pressure. There's also with reflexology, which some people are kind of, I don't want people massaging my hands and feet. They're actually points in your fingertips, in your toes, and in the soles of your feet, in the palms of your hands that you can actually press on to actually relieve those particular symptoms, whether it's sinus issues, whether it's a stomach ache, whether it's a migraine. And we all have those, all types of different places that you can have pressure applied to the body to relieve different types of symptoms.
That's so interesting. I mean, because you talk about sinus. Oh my goodness, anybody who lives in Southeast Tennessee, North Georgia, North Alabama, we know what those are, because the allergies come every year, right? About this time of year.
Every year.
So you got an allergy and it's just tearing you up. this time of year, especially all this pollen and everything is just tearing you up and your sinuses are all messed up. Somebody could come to Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio and you could help relieve those.
Yes.
Wow, that's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
That's really interesting because so many things you're teaching me here today, Michelle. You're a good teacher.
Why, thank you.
So many people suffer from these things, fibromyalgia, the sinus issues, and thinking about the infant. Infants come along, and I've seen them. Where one of my nieces, when she was born, she just cried all the time, and they thought maybe she was what do they call it, colic, or is that
Yes.
one of the, yeah, they thought maybe she had colic and different things, but just to find out that if some people, I'm not putting down doctors at all, okay, not at all, but some people are nervous about taking their babies to the doctor because they want to, there's a lot of things they're nervous about the treatments maybe that their young child is given, but they could bring them to you. And there's a method that you could have of massaging them and maybe relieving whatever, the bad thing about a baby, they can't say, this is what's wrong with me. So, but you've got a way of maybe possibly relieving something that's going on there. And so that's amazing.
Yes. Now, no guarantees that it will be relieved, but we can also, we can always try to see if that's the actual problem, because I know with my granddaughters, they can be crying, and you find out, oh, it's gas. You do a quick massage on the stomach and it's all relieved, which is a good thing than going to the doctor and worrying about more germs being susceptible to that. So,
if you never had that kind of stomach pain before, it's miserable.
Yes.
It's miserable. So stepping outside of the business for a moment, what do you and your husband and maybe other family members too like to do for fun when you're not working?
When I'm not working, I like to hang out with my granddaughters. They are way too cool, and we have lots and lots of fun. I'm teaching them to be, as we say in my home, bougie. So that is my job in life right now, taking them to Target and spoiling them rotten. Besides that, I love to watch reality TV.
Okay.
I'm a big Jersey Shore family vacation person. And I also like going to amusement parks, going to Disney, Epcot, all those cool places.
Now you don't get me cranked up. You're talking about going to amusement parks. I'm a coaster fan. I'm an avid coaster fan. So you take me somewhere there's coasters, I'm there.
Yeah. Now I'm not a coaster fan, but I'll ride. Now, I did ride one roller coaster at Epcot recently when I went, and that was Guardians of the Galaxy, because I'm a huge Marvel fan as well. But that will be the first and last time for that particular roller coaster for me.
And when you go back to Disney, you've got to ride Space Mountain one time, so you can say you did it one time in your life, Michelle.
Perhaps. I did Rock and Roller Coaster one time and Tower of Terror one time. So there you have it.
Oh. It's a lot of fun. I love amusement parks. If I could get just a little bit more personal for a minute, because a lot of times people see the sign Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio, but they don't realize there's a person behind it, right? There's somebody behind that who has started the business at some point and had some struggles and hardships. And so can you look back across your life and see any of those hardships and life challenges that now that you rose above them and you can look back and say, wow, I'm better or stronger for that?
I've had two major challenges in life. The first one was the sudden death of my mother. 21 years ago. She passed away from a massive heart attack. And then, thank you. And then a couple of years later, I had a family member who was like my big brother who actually committed suicide. So those were kind of back to back. Before those instances happened, I was kind of the person that was like, yeah, I live a savoir-faire life. Life is good. Nothing, crazy tragic can ever happen. It'll be okay. But after those two events happened, it kind of gave me a new outlook on life to let me know that, hey, there is something to fight for, something to look forward to, and not depend on others that much,
Yeah.
but to become my own independent self and to make myself better, to reinvent myself. One thing I make sure to do every decade that I get older, I go ahead and try to do something different and new to make myself better. I'll go ahead and age myself. When I turned 40, I went back to school to
Okay.
get my psychology degree, and I got that in a year and a half.
Wow.
And then,
Nice.
yeah, and then when I turned 50, which was just recently, I decided to go ahead, along with some other different reasons why I decided to go ahead and go into massage and go to massage school and become a
Okay.
licensed massage therapist. So every decade, I'm like, I'm going to do something to better myself and to make myself better, not only for me, but for others. And it all goes back to some of the things that you actually go through in the past, you wondering, why am I going through this? But
Yeah.
then in retrospect, when you look at it again now in the present or in the future, you're saying, hey, I went through this so I can know now how to deal with certain things that you're going through in the present.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, many times I've did that. I've went through something and I look back later and go, well, okay, I understand now.
Mm-hmm.
Confused about it until that happened, and like I understand now. I get it. You mentioned talking when you were talking there about the loss you experienced, all the things you've been through. And it's so hard when those things happen, especially when they're unexpected. But when we come through it and we realize that there's a plan for everything, there's a plan for us in everything, but we can't do anything about anything anybody else does or doesn't do. But there's a plan for us. There's a way for us to move forward, and it sounds like that's what you've been doing, been moving forward. And I don't, I'm in my 50s, so. But I tell you what, we'll make a deal with Michelle. When we turn 60, we'll go jump out of an airplane together. How's that?
Okay. I'm game. I got a few more years, so
Me too. So I may back out for them.
right.
Oh my goodness! But yeah, some of those things like that. I thought, man, I need to do that before I expire. I need to go do that. Hey, George Bush Senior can jump out at 80 something years old. Surely I can do it. Right?
Right. Why not?
Oh well, let's get back to business for just a moment. If there was one thing that you wish that our listeners could know about your business, but they probably wouldn't know unless you told them, and you want to shout it from the rooftop, what would it be?
I would say that Desert Rose was started for a reason.
Okay.
Now, I share this with my customers when they come in. The main reason Desert Rose was started, and as I mentioned in your previous question, you asked me, some of the struggles that I've been through and things of that sort. One of the current challenges that our family is going through right now, and as we spoke about before we came on air, was that my husband is currently an ALS patient, Lou Gehrig's disease.
Yeah.
He was diagnosed with Lou Gehrig's disease in 2021.
So sorry.
Yes, thank you. And when he was diagnosed, I decided to go ahead and go to massage school as well as turning 50. And I decided to go to massage school to help him out.
Yeah.
And then we both decided, hey, we've learned this. So why don't we go ahead and not just hone it in just for us, but
Yeah.
to share it with others
Absolutely.
and share this tool for others and make people aware of both how massage works, once again, as we mentioned before, not just for stress purposes, but for other medical issues, and also to make people just aware of ALS and what it's all about, and that there are people out there who have it. Not a lot of people know. I've run into many people where I say, my husband has ALS, and they go, oh, I'm sorry. And they're really not aware of it. So that's why Desert Rose was made. That's how Desert Rose was created. And it's not just for me, it's for all people out there, people who have more than, just stress, who have all types of different issues.
Yes.
And issues aren't bad. Issues aren't bad at all. We all have issues, but to help others out and just to make life better day by day, client after client, minute by minute, second after second, smile by smile.
Yeah. ALS, am I incorrect to say that the kind of the nickname or AKA is Lou Gehrig's disease? Is that correct?
That is correct.
Yeah, some people know it by that terminology. And just a quick note, I don't want to get you in an emotional state, but how's your husband doing?
He's stubborn. He's doing well. Each and every day, what I can always say is that there are some days, and those who have ALS, those who are caregivers and that know about ALS and that are out there helping their loved ones with it, I get you. I understand it. There are some days that we wake up angry with the world. But the thing I can say about him is that he wakes up every day, no complaints, happy as a lark, enjoying the day. So, and that's more than what, we can ask
worth a lot.
Yeah. And we're grateful for each and every day. And, he's an inspiration. He's my superhero with that, because there are some days where I'm just like, and I can look at him and say, dude, if you're doing it, I can do it too.
Right. Absolutely. Yeah. A great attitude. You can't be bought. It's just anybody who has one in the face of adversity is an inspiration. So,
yes.
What's your husband's name?
His name's Russell.
Russell, from all of us out here in the greater Chattanooga area, we're rooting for you, buddy. We're rooting for you. So our prayers are for you.
Thank you.
How can our listeners find out more about Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio, whether online or offline? How can they contact you?
Yes, you can contact me. We are on social media. We are on Facebook and also Instagram, or as the kiddos call it, Insta, at Desert Rose TN. We're soon to be on TikTok as well under the same name at Desert Rose TN. You can also check us out on our website, which is Desert Rose. I lied. Our website is DRSpa. T as in Tom, N as in Nancy.com, drspatn.com. You can find information about the products that we have available. You can also book a massage on that particular website as well. You can also come visit us locally. We're located at 912 Stewart Road in Cleveland, Tennessee, right next door to Jordan's Barbecue and Vibes Coffee.
All right. Well, if it gets you a massage, go get a cup of coffee and go eat a barbecue sandwich right there.
Yeah. There you go.
I like the thought of being able to go to a massage therapist like yourself, who, if I'm having a tough day, you're also a psychologist. You can kind of coach me through my day. I like that thought. That's awesome.
Yes. Sometimes the massage room becomes the barber chair, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's all right. I appreciate it. We've enjoyed so much having you on the program today and learning more about what you do. It's a very interesting journey and a wonderful opportunity to reach out to folks and help them in need. So, and again, to you and Russell, we're with you. We're rooting for you. And
thank you so much. And it's been a pleasure.
And to all the good neighbors of the Cleveland and Dalton and Chattanooga area, after meeting with Michele and learning more about Desert Rose Spa and Wellness Studio, I know that she hopes you'll take a moment to consider all that they have to offer. And remember her and her studio when you need and want the products and services they provide. Sometimes you might even not realize you do need or want them. Just go check it out. Go watch their videos, look at their social media website, all the things they're going to put out there. And I believe from what I've detected today, because of her personal experiences and Russell's personal experiences also, I believe it'd be a good place to go when you're in need of that stress relief or that medical relief or whatever it is that you're going through that she is told today that she could possibly help. So remember her when you're going through these things and making these decisions. And before ending this episode, I would like to thank you all, the listeners, for taking the time out of your busy day to visit with us at the Good Neighbor Podcast. Always remember to support the locally owned and operated businesses in Cleveland and the greater Chattanooga area. Again, this is Scott Howell of the Friends and Neighbors Group. Everyone go out and make this a remarkable day.
Thank you for listening to the Good Neighbor Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to gnpcleveland.com. That's gnpcleveland.com or call 423-380-1984.